There's Lepine in the Palace. We're underway here in game number 2. Black will play a Forest. He's got an Elvish Mystic. Lepine will play a Swamp. He'll pass the turn back. Black will take a draw step. It's a Blossoming Sands, so Sam will move up to 21. And attack for 1 will put Mark down to 19. That'll be Sam's turn. Lepine very quickly plays Llanowar Waste. Does have a copy of Sultai Charm, but he will hold steady as Black will take a draw step. Genesis Hydra is what he's found.
Yeah, Mark with a lot of action against big stuff in his hand right now. Downfall, Stroke.
Mastery of the Unseen. There's the attack for 1. Pass the turn back.
With a flourish.
Sam is all flourish. Mastery of the Unseen is dead now, however. Lepine does have to take 1. There's Pelucranos. Flourish incoming.
Yep.
You gotta do it with style, man.
Keep on going.
No, you gotta do it with style.
Don't stop her rocking.
Lepine here with a Hero's Downfall to take care of Pelucranos and now Polluted Delta.
It's 3 damage so far. Could be 4 this turn.
I only hope it can be. There's Windswept. Sam gonna sacrifice that with a little less flourish. There's the Plains. One thing you can never say, Sam Black doesn't enjoy playing Magic.
Oh, yeah.
You can never say that. There's Genesis Hydra here for 4. Now you can counter the Hydra itself, that's no problem, but you can't counter the effect. That's always going to happen. So Sam will take a look at the top 4 cards. Courser and Caryatid are the options. Courser are going to be the easy one to select. So that's going to be in. And now if Mark would like to, he can Disdainful Stroke the Genesis Hydra.
And this is just a great card to play in a spot like this where, you assume your opponent has some sort of counter spell or removal spell. Just try to get 2 things going.
Lepine does have a Sultai Charm in hand. Looks like he's going to let the Hydra resolve. He'll sacrifice Polluted Delta. Sam's top card is Whisperwood Elemental. And what Sam is doing here in this matchup, he's just trying to present awesome threat after awesome threat after awesome threat.
And a lot of this stuff is kind of extraneous, or doesn't matter if it gets killed right away. Genesis Hydra dies here, but there's still a 2/4 left over, and a Whisperwood Elemental resolves. Get a 2/2 even if something happens to it in the next turn, and just try to wear Mark down.
Another Sultai Charm is the draw. There's a Tassiger. Entire graveyard's gone. Pass that turn back with the 4/5 in play. Whisperwood Elemental's the draw. Top card's a copy of Sylvan Caryatid. Black considering an Elvish Mystic for the turn. He'll go with Whisperwood Elemental. Now going to counter by Disdainful Stroke. Here's an Elvish Mystic. Pass that turn back.
Great turn for Mark.
Absolutely. Silence the Believer's the draw. Tassiger going to try to hold the fort down here. We'll go back Black's way. Caryatid the draw. Take a look at the top card. It's a copy of Temple of Plenty. That'll come in very quickly. That'll trigger the Courser. Black up to 21. We'll see the top card with the Scry. It's another copy of Courser. We'll see where it goes. Looks like Sam weighing his options here on the Scry.
Feels like the second quarter is not doing very much work at all in the face of Tassiger.
Yeah, looks like Sam agrees. I'll put that to the bottom. Caryatid the draw. That'll be coming next turn. Here's 5 mana. Whisperwood Elemental. That's in there. Sam is hoping he can get a manifest there. The Silence Believer says no thank you. So that'll be exiled. It looks like Sam is going to sacrifice that in response to Silence the Believers. Wants it in the graveyard. And now the follow-up here is a copy of Sylvan Caryatid. And the reason he's able to do this is because if we go to Sam's end step, he's going to get the trigger. So if you're Mark, you have to cast Silence the Believers at the end of his second main phase.
And that opens up priority back to Sam.
Correct. So that's why Sam's able to play Sylvan Caryatid here. And I think Sam's explaining that right now. He's actually explaining everything that happens with Whisperwood Elemental. when the timing is done, why I'm able to play Sylvan Caryatid, and also why I'm sacrificing it.
And rules like this worked different back in 1996 or whatever.
Sure.
So, if Mark does not play a ton of Magic, some of these interactions could be a little new.
Yep. There's an island.
For example, life gain resolved after damage dealt. So if you had Ivory Tower and Black Vice, gain life first. You just had to know that. That was just a rule.
What are you, 100? It's just Sylvan Caryatid. Excuse me. Here's a Sultai Charm I'm going to take care of Courser of Grufix. You confuse me so much, I'm just saying random things now.
Yeah.
With your Ivory Tower Black Vice nonsense. Here's another copy of Wishwood Elemental. Now here's some attacks. It's not the second Wishwood that gets you, it's the third one.
Well, if the first one doesn't get you.
That's true. Caryatid. Manifest trigger. Yes. Heading back Mark's way. 2 dig through times and a treasure cruise in hand. Those cards are mighty powerful, but Mark's a little stuck here.
Right. Just use a lot of his graveyard getting the Tassiker into play in the first place.
Courser the draw. Courser going to come into play. Take a look at the top cards. Temple. Temple will come in now. That'll, of course, trigger the course, and we'll take a look at the top cards, the Fleece main line. Probably like that one in this situation.
It seems fine to leave on top here just because you're going to be manifesting it anyway. It's a pretty good card to manifest.
Mm-hmm. Little communication back and forth here between the two players on exactly what's going on. We're going to have a Tasker activation in a moment, it looks like. Disdainful Stroke and Polluted Delta turned over. Stroke will go to Mark's hand.
Yeah, no surprise here.
Not at all.
Sam's kind of got the, I wouldn't say the win on the board, but what he's trying to do is already in play.
Sam wants to take this opportunity right now to unmorph and then use the monstrosity on Fleece main line. Smart play there. Top card here, Master of the Unseen.
Ooh, that is a big one.
Yes, it is.
Because Sam's already kind of on the manifest token plan as it is to push through Tassiger.
And if Mark is tapping out here, that means that Sam's going to have the green light to make some attacks here probably pretty soon. But Mark doesn't really have much of an option, so he's got to cast Dig Through time.
Yeah, his hand has nothing else to do, so it doesn't look good, but it's kind of got to be this.
Gonna take a look at a bunch of cards. He wanted to Dig Through time just for 2 lands, potentially. So he's so stuck on mana, now he's got no graveyard.
Now, Sam's still not in a position to push with Whisperwood Elemental because it's too valuable. I suppose now with Mastery of the Unseen, he could conceivably do it. Get through for 10 points of damage this turn and still have Mastery left over.
Yeah.
He might make a push with Whisperwood Elemental.
It is kind of attractive. Windswept Teeth going to come in thanks to the Courser. Trigger, gain of life. Take a look at the next card. It'll be a Temple.
There's enough mana in play for Sam to cast Mastery of the Scene. With the 2 Caryatids, he has 2 activations. So I suppose at this stage he can just sort of push everything else in, deal a bunch of damage, and hope that Mastery finishes off the job.
Yeah, might be ready to rock and roll. Gonna sacrifice the Windswept Teeth. Lose a life, then gain a life thanks to the Courser. Planes will come into play. We'll see a new top card here in just a second.
You know, Mark's clearly floundering a little bit. Last turn was really rough. That's
Yeah.
not what he's looking to do there. So I think Sam can probably sense some weakness here. Even something like Crux of Fate won't be a catch-up because of Mastery of the Unseen. So I like just kind of making a big push here and let Mastery try to squeak through the last couple of damage, even if Mark has a good follow-up.
Genesis Hydra, the top card of the deck now thanks to Courser. See Sam kind of analyzing the board, so he's not ready to make an attack just yet. So he's just going to trigger the Wishwood Elemental. And Sam says, I'm not done with my turn just yet. And the reason for that is because he has Master of the Unseen in play. He can manifest Fleece main line, turn it up, but doesn't have enough mana just yet to be able to activate Monstrosity.
Yeah, it looks like he only has 6 left over, so
Yeah.
he's a bit short.
I think he thought he had enough to do it all in one turn. He will gain 10 life here, though. Not shabby. Maybe a calculation error there from Black, however. Because for a moment there, I thought he had enough to do
Yeah,
it
the
all.
play's a little bit odd otherwise.
Yeah.
Now, that said, without Crux of Fate in the mix here, it's all for naught.
Yeah, there's no punishment.
And even if there's Crux of Fate, Sam's still in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I mean, he sacrifices his Whisperwood Elemental,
Yeah.
gets enough Manifest Creatures that he'll be just fine. And he gets to activate Master of the Unseen as well. Sam is very far ahead. A mistake like that can be major in some situations. In this one, it's relatively minor and may not matter at all. Tempo Malady. We'll put the top card to the bottom here for Mark. Now Lepine's going to play a copy of Kiora.
But this does not feel like enough.
Not even close. It's going to go up to 3. And go back Black's way. Nissa now on top. You can see how tough it is for these control decks trying to beat this green-white deck.
Yeah, even if you're able to handle the wave of Whisperwood Elemental, Pelucranos type threats, which wasn't clear, Mark could even do that. The backup plans of things like Nissa and Master of the Unseen puts a lot of pressure.
Now here are some attacks. And Sam says, I'm going after Cure. I want that off my table, please. So Windswept Teeth will bite the dust. Sam going to actually reveal what the manifest creature is because it was in play with Corsair.
Yeah, we've seen this interaction before with Corsair and Master of the Unseen. You just know everything, so it's a manifest token, but Sam's just leaving it face up for tracking purposes.
Yep. Now, of course, when you are playing against this Sultai control deck, it is kind of a ticking time bomb. So you have to worry about those Planeswalkers. Now, Sam is pretty far ahead in this game, but you don't want to play any more turns than you have to. I think he knows that.
Yeah, I think that where I am in Sam's position, I would have pushed a little harder the last 2 turns.
Me too.
I think he can sort of set a wrap on this next turn.
I think we're going to have some activations of Manifest and of Nykthos, because now Sam can generate a boatload of mana, do some Mastery of the Unseen activations, all that jazz, make life real tough.
Yeah, he's got a lot of white mana too, so often the bottleneck here is how much white mana do you have, and that's not going to be an issue for Sam.
So Sam will turn over 1 card. Let's make it another card. We'll see the top card with Corsair here in just a moment. This one will get turned over too. Gotta say, Master of the Unseen way better than I thought it was.
Yeah, I did not think of it inside of Nykthos shells. I thought it was just going to be a pretty solid sideboard card against blue-black control decks, that sort of thing.
Yep.
But here, it's just a whole different thing.
He just made 5 tokens at the end of turn. That's 10 power. That takes 20 mana. It's unbelievable. Now he gets to untap everything. And I have to imagine he can push these last 13 points of damage this turn.
Well, he might not be able to alpha strike because he's got too much stuff in play. But if he
It's just too hard. It's too hard to get everything.
He might just attack with like 4 things again. Those 4 manifest tokens that are in the front near the Tassiker, send those in and clear in a little bit of room.
See, this is how in Seattle PTQs, this is called establishing dominance by taking up more of the play space than your opponent. We call this encroachment.
Well, Mark probably knows from back in the day, this is the grid. Sam actually has established the grid.
Yeah. And now Mark is the one extending the hand with no play space, very few permanents to pick up, as Sam Black will get the job done here over Mark Lepine, 2-0. Black will move on to 6-0-2 at Gruite Devotion. You can say this. He hasn't lost a match with that deck
He
yet.
has not, and for Mark, an end of the run here as he has 2 losses and a draw. Not going to be playing the second day.
Sam Black has felt very strongly about Gruite Devotion. He's started testing it and recording videos with it on the premium side of Star City Games. He's been a big fan. Some other players have picked it up as well. When it looks good, it looks unbeatable.
Right. Still not a lock for day 2, but in good position. And yeah, as you mentioned, still has not actually lost. 2 draws, but untouched with this deck.
You gotta like this deck. I think you have to.
Well, it's been very impressive so far. We know Brad Nelson's doing quite well. Sam is doing well as well. Brian Brondawin, not so much, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Well, not everybody can win.
Right, yeah. Like I said, 2 out of 3. That's a serious comment for, a tournament of this size.